It's the NFL on EA Sports, and all eyes are on the dual threat Lamar Jackson. He comes in second in the league in passing yards this season. It's the Eagles and the Falcons under the lights on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The numbers for him from a week ago, 10 catches, 118 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands.
To the right side and intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy. It's not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by the final pick of the first round in 2018 out of Louisville. It's Lamar Jackson.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 12 carries, 60 yards.
And that's 10 touchdowns on the season for him on the ground. And remember our meeting with the coaching staff, they did share with us that one of their goals for the year was for him to get in the end zone at least 10 times. And that ramps up into their bigger goal to try and get 20 overall as a team.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
That's good for an Eagle.
Jackson, option right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it.
Tell me I didn't just see these first 2 possessions. I mean, is this one of those cases of anything you can do, I can do
better?
Maybe not better, huh?
Worse?
Yeah, just a little bit. Very sloppy start. I think maybe a case of the nerves for both teams.
And now we're back to an even playing field. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. You look at this Eagle defense. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
They've established themselves pretty well throughout this season. But boy, what a competitive group of people. They do not like that ranking they have now because they think that they're better, and they're out to prove it again in this game.
13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double-team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They'll run on first down. Curtis. Taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw. And he comes back with one complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 21. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lift at the end of that one. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Garrett Wilson. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Eagles offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he continues to show off his ability to run the football when the opportunity is right. He is the NFL leader in rushing yards from the QB position. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And they'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll get a couple up to the 29. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And the Falcons are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They go play action here on 1st down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 35. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Bryant. And a hard tackle there as he'll go down after a gain of about 5. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. They'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he takes a pretty good lick there as he'll wind up getting about 3. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Here's Chad Ryland now on for the field goal. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal. Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing. Early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up. The Eagles offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And he's been a real threat, not just with the arm, but with the wheels as well. NFL's leader amongst quarterbacks in terms of rushing touchdowns. On second down, here's the option. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll try the right side here. Barkley, a short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry. No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up. Two minutes gone by, second quarter.
Alpha, sit on. 180. One shot. You.
Jackson. This ball down the field for Pitts. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Kyle Pitts, 71 yards. And the Eagles are back within a score. Charles, that was a heck of a play.
It truly was, because when he made that catch, he had to shake through some people, right? So that play, to me, a highlight film that should be accompanied by bass music. Right? I mean, boom, 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 and he finds his way to the end zone. Terrific play.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Well, the Falcons back out, getting set for this next drive. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has formed? Are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered, just how good is this team? They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? On play action, they'll throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
On the return is Jones. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. That's caught left side, the tight end Pitts. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And that last throw, not going to account for much in the grand scheme of things, but it does move him over 3,000 yards passing for the season. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Hey, middle. Hey. Touch.
Up the middle with Barkley. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
That's another Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They go play action with Jackson. Flush to his right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Lamar Jackson, 22 yards. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Aubrey good with a PAT. And the lead is now 14-10. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
2nd and 3. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, it's Curtis. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Jones. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply,
got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. 67 yards. And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line. But the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And a completion to Wilson. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. They'll set up a throw. And he will find his man on the outside. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Back to throw again. Wide open receiver complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. He'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Terrific. Touchdown. I know we've got a game now.
Yeah, I think anytime you go to the second half down just 1 or 2 scores, you feel not where you want to be, but in a pretty good spot.
And I think for most teams, when they go into the half in this situation, it's not a lot of adjusting going on. It's much more, all right, guys, let's just play a little bit better than we did in the first half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Looking deep here for Chase. Inside the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Down drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.